Yesod, shbGevurah, 3 contemplations between man and God. Yitin Adam elibo, bring to your heart, ki kadesh yizke liyirat Hashem yitbarach, in order to have proper awe of Hashem and fear of Hashem and respect of Hashem. Yishlo lechoz b'madrigat tzaddik. You have to hold on the level of tzaddik, meaning specifically you should try with all of your power to guard your brit, sexuality, and to be holy in that sense. Also your mouth and what you say, and also your sexual organs, not just words, but it's also what happens down below. Sheken anu motzim beYosef, so too we found in Yosef, shachar she'amad b'nisayon eshet Potiphar, after he stood at the test of Potiphar's wife, and he guarded his brit, he merited to the title tzaddik. Ve'id al atzmo b'fnei achiv ve'amar, he testified about himself in front of his brothers, and he said, Et Elohim ani yireh, it is God that I fear. You will be rectifying your ear of Hashem Yitbarach by way of holding on to the level of tzaddik, which is rooted in Yesod. Second contemplation, bring to your heart that in order to rectify your irat shamayim, your awe of Hashem, you have to have extra gevurah, extra might against all of the lusts of this world as a whole, and specifically in guarding the brit. Like what they said, you have a meal that you really enjoy, pull your hands back a little bit from it. Right? It's written in the books of Musar and Reshit Chochma. It's written there, Ki kol miniyat ta'ava nechshevet lesiguf v'ta'anita mechaperet avon. Any time that you prevent yourself from giving into a lust, it counts as a self-affliction, and so too like a fast that even has the power to remove sins. You will be reaching more awe and respect of Hashem, which is rooted in Gevurah, by way of your Kedusha and Tahara, by way of your sanctity and your purity, which is rooted in Yesod. Third contemplation, ישתדל מאוד לעמוד בפרץ ולתקן גדרים וסייגים, הן לעצמו והן לזולתו בשמירת אות ברית. And you should try very hard on this day to rectify some kind of fence or precautionary measure for yourself and for those around you to help people guard themselves more when it comes to illicit relations and improper actions, sexual actions. It says in Chazal, in the Midrash, it says anytime you find a fence protecting from improper sexuality, you find holiness, meaning protecting from these things is actually holiness. Like the rabbi said, they call a wicked person is someone who doesn't have any fear of fences that should be put up to protect a person from sexuality and improper acts. Like a man who has to watch his eyes, has a 2 ways he could get to work, for, let's say, or to the synagogue. And he could walk from a main street where there's a lot of women there that are maybe not dressed properly, and he's going to definitely see things that he shouldn't be seeing. Or he could walk through a back alley that he's not going to see as much, or he's not going to see anybody there. And he has the option to go, and he went on the way that there's more women found there. That is a big problem, right? He should have gone on the way that there's less obstacles along the way that would prevent him or pull him away from his kedusha, from his sanctity. And Rashbi HaKadosh, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, warned his students, Rashbi said, if you ever have to go on a path where you don't have another option, you have to go on a path where there's many more women there, they have to guard their eyes, so that God forbid they won't be called idol worshippers, right? That their eyes are going to be going all over the place, because there's no other way that the Yetzer Hara comes to attack. This is the main thing that he comes to try to cause a man to sin in, is promiscuity and these different ideas. The Zohar says that all of the organs of the body and all of the midot, all of your attributes and all of your character traits and and the things that make up you as a person, they're all rooted in the reproductive organs. They're all rooted in the Yesod when it comes to the spirituality and the Sefirot, and in the body when it comes to that, it's in the reproductive organs. So you'll be rectifying the midah of Gevurah, which they're rooted of Hashem and fear of Hashem and respect for the Torah, and also the fences and all of the precautionary measures to protect yourself by way of the Yesod, which is the Yesod has there the values of Tahara, of purity, and the mitzvah of reproduction. Right? And then you have three contemplations between man and his fellow man. When you do a Gevurah with those around you, you have to maybe rebuke someone or protest their actions. You do this only with the intention or the sake of heaven and with sanctity and purity. Not in order to receive some kind of reward. And not to, you're an angry person and you want to go do a protest now, or you want to fight someone, so you go and you go rebuke someone, you get into an argument. Not in order for those intentions, God forbid. There's for sure sometimes that by way of you protesting or you giving the rebuke, you're going to get some kind of reward or benefit or a good feeling by way of it. Right? That you might get more. You protest now and you're going to get famous because of your protest, or you're going to get more honor or respect. Don't have this in your mind. Don't have that intention, even though it might happen. And by way of having the intention of doing it for the sake of Hashem, which is Yesod, which is Kedusha and Ta'ara, and the intention for the sake of heaven, you'll be rectifying the midah of Gevurah. Second contemplation between man and his fellow man, when you marry to bring guests into your house, which the guest is rooted in Yesod. Try to tell stories and to reveal in front of them different ideas of Irat Shamayim, of awe of Hashem, and the different mighty acts that Hashem has done throughout history as a whole in the creation, specifically with every single individual being in the world. Until you cause them also to come into those people that are classified as those who have awe of Hashem and those who overcome their inclinations. You will be rectifying Gevurah, which has there the value of Irat Shamayim, of awe of Hashem, with your people around you and the guests that you're bringing into your house, which are rooted in Yesod. Third contemplation, try to set up fences and precautionary measures and different actions that have holy might in them, holy Gevurah, like a protest or things like that, or to make some kind of action in the world or project in the world that will increase Irat Shamayim. And for example, you could print a book or make it more known, the halachot, or the different stories or different important ideas about tzniut and about shmirat habrit and guarding the brit and all these different ideas. Yichud, for example, telling people about these things and all these different musar and ethics that we can learn from it. And by way of making this more known in the world, you will be rectifying Gevurah, which is the fences and all the protests or the knowledge, the mitzvah of sanctity, by way of Yesod, which is teaching and making fruitful organizations that will bring more fruit into the world, bringing people to the knowledge of Hashem. In the body part, when you make these fences and you set up these things, try to do them in order to spread the awe of Hashem in the world. When you do that, use your left arm, because that's rooted in Gevurah, and you will be rectifying the body part of Gevurah by way of an action of Yesod that brings fruit into the world and more fences in the world to protect holiness and sanctity. In time, three contemplations. First, when you go to make actions like this, right, that have an action of Gevurah, holy Gevurah, and have fruit to them, to make it more known in the world, the awe of Hashem that needs to be in the world, and the connection to Hashem we have to have, and the respect for Him in the Torah. Try to do it in the afternoon, which is rooted in Gevurah. Second contemplation, Try to have extra intention in the blessing of Sim Shalom, the last blessing of the Shmona Esrei, specifically in Mincha, which is rectified by Yitzchak, which is the vehicle and chariot in the world for the meat of Gevurah. When you mention the name Shakai Shin and then the letter Dalet and then the letter Yud, have extra contemplation on it, specifically in Mincha, and the Kinyan of the Torah, the acquisition of the Torah, is B'mikra, in the written Torah.